Jakob, hva skjer med den? Ja, der vinner jeg. OK, no worries. Er vi i gang? Okay. Okay. You know, always a little bit of a hiccup at the start, but I think we are ready. We are back for Take Title Tuesday, our third event of the season. We got a lot of players again from the Grand Swiss. And we got myself ready to rumble. And I am playing black in the first round. You know what? Let's do something we haven't done in a long time. Do we have Stream Deck here? I don't know if we have Stream Deck. Okay, I'm just going to roll the dice. And you're going to have to trust me. Oh, I don't have to roll both. I just have to roll one because these are 20-sided. Okay, number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's B5. That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with 1 B4. Also, we gotta do emote only. People. Is there nobody around? Emote only. I'll take it. This is a very decent gambit, actually. White wants to keep the pawn, he has to go there. Oh, now it's emote only. Let's see if we get banned. For being so slow. I'm a little bit worried about him trying something like a little bit violent over there. I feel like he can get away with bishop c5 here. There's the threat of bishop f2 potentially. Rook c8 maybe. Yeah, just a queen b6. Maybe I should have done that. There's knight e5 still, but didn't feel like it was necessarily that dangerous. Here, this leads to some interesting complications, actually. Let's keep it simple. Just castle. So, position is fairly equal, but there is the lack of symmetry. There's a little bit of non-symmetry in the position. There's the bishop pair that my opponent will not longer have. And I was going to say I have an extra pawn against a potential queenside majority. But now there's also this weak pawn, which my opponent quite inexplicably volunteered to get. And it seems to me that now I am simply a bit better. With a very sound position, no weaknesses to speak of, and more weaknesses that I can potentially attack in my opponent's position. C4 is very sensible. I think, again, I will keep the tension for a little bit. Would be very happy to see CD5, knight D5. Oh, that's what I underestimated. If I go rook C5, I run into B4 and then C5. So I gotta take with the queen. No, this is still possible, but my queen gets super active. And my knight is gonna jump in as well. So I am not convinced that white is okay here. I'm not convinced that he's not okay, but I do have this threat, king h1, I can take the pawn at the very least, and if the bishop moves, I could take this pawn because of this little pin. So now I jump in with the knight. Bishop f1 seems to be quite forced. Then I take the pawn because there's still a trick. And now I guess rook c. So rook c2. There's rook c1 maybe. The queen protects f2. So let's go here. And then if rook e3, there's rook c2. And that seems to be an improvement of my position. Okay. Guess we'll go e5. Kind of forcing queen e3 to e1 now. Because d4 is a big threat, cutting off the queen's defense of this pawn. He finds the best move. Now we change plans a little bit. Rook here, and we've opened up this this particular avenue of attack. Now if the queen takes here, we got check. King goes in the corner and take this pawn. And then we have a pretty much unstoppable threat of mate with rook g1. And it seems very hard to prevent the threat of rook g6 followed by queen g5 was the threat otherwise. My knight is hanging, but that does not matter since there's checkmate. Bishop h3 seems to be the only way to delay it a bit, but I just take it with my knight, and yeah, mate is inevitable. Okay, so I don't know. I guess he's just allowing me to mate. What do I want? Queen g1 or rook g1? I feel like rook g1 is nicer. Okay, good game. It seemed to me that the game turned a bit with this move. Now it just doesn't have... Yeah, this was inaccurate. I should have taken first and then d5 so that he doesn't get d4, c5 with time. But this is still very, very good for me. And yeah, e5 was not the only way to win, but it was definitely the cleanest one. d4 and then rook c6 is very nice. Even though, again, pretty much anything wins. But you know, in a practical game, you can sometimes mess this up with because white has these pass pawns that can sometimes run. Okay, at Ella Carlsen says we want music. Well, we can create a poll. If I will go with the majority, so if the majority wants music, then we will get music. I feel at Ella Carlsen feels like she is supposed to decide it, but I don't know. I don't know, babe. You decide everything at home. You cannot decide everything in my work life, too. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Okay. I see we got some dirty flags in the first round already. Okay, so we got white in the second game against Kuznetsov. Little fun fact, that means Smith in German. Sorry, not in German, that's Schmidt, but in Russian. And as usual, in my first white game, we have a community. Oh my god, I misclicked. I was going to play f4. The community move was one f4, which is one of the worst moves, but it's not the worst move. The worst move is 1 g4, and then f4 is probably, I don't know, probably top 4 at least. But it's fine. f3, I've studied this as well. So there's some kind of Shigorin with an extra tempo. Maybe I should go e4. It's quite yucky. cd, knight d5, e6, knight f4. So f3 is not super useful, but at least it protects e4. So I don't have to spend time protecting that. And I do get somewhat reasonable development. Yeah, no, it's not the mouse's problem. This is 100% a skill issue with yours truly. So generally in these positions, with the pawns on the light squares, we don't want to trade the dark square bishops, so that's why I made the somewhat dubious decision to move the king instead. If he castles quickly, I'll consider going g4 and get the knight out and take it from there. Now we'll play h4, preparing knight h3, knight f2, and also potential g4. And if he chooses to castle kingside, I'm gonna start marching these pawns. I assume from a purely kind of objective chess standpoint, viewpoint, whatever, I am worse here. Probably considerably so. But it doesn't feel unplayable. Now this is a pawn that I will capture. It's not a free pawn. He does get compensation, but I did not see any compelling reason not to take it. Next, I probably want to go queen d2. And, well, I didn't see this move. I thought like there might be tactics, but didn't really believe it. Okay, so this was his point, which kind of completely justifies his play. Oh well. Don't think it's too terrible yet. I do have squares for my pieces too. It's very much dark squares versus light squares here. I think I'm just gonna develop the queen. Then I can either bring the knight here later, or the knight here and then maybe kick the bishop away. I don't really know why he gave me a free tempo to bring in the knight here. That seems wrong. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why he did this. Bishop can go here, but I'm not overly worried. King seems to sit quite comfortably on e2, and I got rook h1 as a nice potential follow-up. Now it is getting a really beautiful square here too. So he does not have any tactics. Queen f2, I can just take and back, and then let's prevent him from coming in on the h file and then go knight e4. I should be firmly in control. Okay, I don't understand why he's giving me a fork, but I'll take it. Yeah, this was not Smith's finest game. Obviously, with mouse slip and the opening, we were a bit worse. But it never felt like it was terrible. Here, I'm surprised it says that black is still better, especially here. Yeah, now white is already better, and after this capture, he's busted. So it felt like I didn't really have to do that much. I just made natural moves, and that was it. Let's follow GM Hikaru, the highest rated player in the tournament who has not had the best start to the Title Tuesday series so far. Playing the big Greek, I think, is Soledis' streaming name. The problem for the big Greek here is that he is dangerously short on time. So he's gonna have to perform some miracles to survive this. It's bishop h7 and queen f6. Otherwise, knight g6 is gonna... No, this is no good. Knight g6 is gonna come and he's gonna get flagged. You trade, bishop c6, rook d4. It's an equal endgame, but that's not good enough. Time difference, 40 seconds against minute and a half. It's just not possible to hold against Mr. Nakamura. Okay, let's look at some other games. By the way, we have Jan Sebastian Christiansen, yes, Preps. He's got 2 out of 2. Also streaming from the Take office. Let's see if we can repeat last week's success of 1 and 2. First and second place being from the office. Okay, Lazovic, oh boy, he is in deep trouble. Let's see if he can flag. D6, rook d5, it's good technique, c5, rook d4, it's not that good, but you can trade everything, go into the pawn endgame, which is easily winning. Yeah. 25 seconds should be enough. Because the moves are... Yeah, c6 and... Or king c7. Which is kind of... not great technique, but it's enough. You still get the queen in time, and that's game over. So, bit of a blow for Lazovic there. Sparomov still playing. Well, got an exciting scramble here. Feel like Param is going to make it. He's quite fast. No, I think his connection is maybe not that good, since he's losing. Seems like he's losing time almost for every move. No, he's pro-moving. Bishop is going to go, so he's going to make at least a draw. Question is, can he checkmate in time? I think he's going to make it. Yeah, well, he won on time, which often happens. It's very hard to pre-move when you're getting checked, and you don't know what moves are going to be legal necessarily. Okay. So it says here there are a bunch of games going, but I don't think there are. Matvey Galchenko. I feel like I played him maybe not last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before that. He's a strong player who's frequently towards the top of the list in Title Tuesday. Let's go for the Philidor, which is something I haven't played too much recently. And he kind of goes for the most critical line. Like, you kind of run the risk of getting run over here as black if you don't act fast, so you gotta just go for it and advance the pawns. Knight b5, I think queen a5 is the idea. It's been a long time since I've looked at this at all. I played it against Dominguez once in the Champions Chess Tour back in 2020, I believe. Maybe it was in St. Louis online tournament as well. I'm not sure exactly which one. But I seem to remember that it's quite dangerous for black. Okay, so this looks risky. Good c4. I guess we'll do that. And then queen a5. How do we do this? I gotta develop my pieces somehow. Okay, let's go bishop d7. This is a weird square for the bishop, but I want to keep an eye on this one. Knight b3, I guess. And then I drop the queen back. It's a very strange position. I mean, the rest of my position is kind of shit, but I do have these pawns that are really menacing. Queen c4 is possible. Then I guess I keep the queens on. I don't really see an easy life for him there. It's really kind of caveman chess here. I'm just pushing my pawns and pretty much disregarding everything else. Should I take here? I guess so. I'm allowing e5, which I don't love, but I should still be doing well there. Is there any point to go on rook c8, bishop d3? It's probably just helping him, isn't it? Let's go here. Maybe I'm not doing that well here. I don't know. It's a kind of a very little influence over a lot of the board. Again, I just really have those pawns. But that's not nothing. But I'm probably not doing that great. Maybe I had something better earlier on. Okay. So I can go b3. Let me go rook d8 first. Hoping to maybe get a knight here or rook to d5. Yeah, that was pretty much expected. Queen c7, bishop e5, I go to a7. Keep pieces on the board. But I'm still not really threatening anything. Okay, so he exchanges. Rook e1, maybe? I don't think he should have exchanged there. So now I'm really hinting at ideas with knight d5. I feel like if I get knight c3, he's in a ton of trouble. And he really doesn't have any active play now. Yeah, it's logical, but I think I can just keep it simple. I don't think he has any tactics. Rook b8, rook e7. Okay, so I should probably get some air for the king first. Rook b1, I got bishop a3. Rook b8 still seems very good. Rook e7, there's queen g1, which decides the game. Here, queen b6, queen a2 is kind of still holding on. But it's very sad. Let's just go here. This is not like maybe the cleanest, but I just want something that I'm sure is winning. Or I was gonna say not the best, but something that I'm absolutely sure is winning. Okay. So now at least I go to b6. That was not very good, in fact. Yeah, that was dumb. Oh boy. I'm still winning, partly on time, partly on position, but I'm not very happy with the way that I've converted this at all. Okay, I don't know. Here, preparing g4. He's fighting really well. It's close to mate, but not quite. Now I'm just more or less flogging him. He could have taken my pawn, but at this point it doesn't really matter. Okay. Not ideal, but after a while I was always kind of going to come out ahead there. Okay, so this I evaluated correctly in the sense that I thought I was doing well. Here, yeah, knight c3 was not ideal. And queen d6 and rook b2, yeah. And this actually wasn't super easy, but I don't think I ever completely gave it away, at least. Okay, good start. Let's see if there are any games still going. A lot of usual suspects with 3 out of 3. Cannot see Hikaru. Is he still playing? I don't know. So what's the deal? Oh, Lu Shanglei, he also played the Grand Swiss. He lost to... So f4 is what I was supposed to do in the first game as white, so I'll do it now instead. Lu Shanglei, he lost to somebody in the Grand Swiss in the last round. Who was that? I just saw it earlier today. Now I cannot remember. Regardless. Now we've already got ourselves a good version, I think, of the Grand Prix attack. Since now I can go for this, but am I worried about d3? Wouldn't think so. Well, now I think he's just forced my bishop to a better square and put his queen on a square that's not fantastic. The thing about the Grand Prix attack is people go knight c3 first, not because they think it's a great square for the knight, but because you kind of want to prevent an early d5. And he's really asking for, I don't know what it is, but he is asking for it for sure. I got ideas of this in knight c4. Let's give a check. Kind of the 1f4 start inspires me to play for them tricks. It looks very promising. e5, if he wants to take that pawn twice, then the dark squares are looking very tender. And even here, we got bishop g5 coming, and I don't think he's very happy here. Yes, he might get a good bishop, but this square is looking mighty juicy. Knight can jump in here as well later on. No, I just allowed. I saw it immediately after I made my move. I just allowed bishop a6. That is like kind of unforgivable laziness, to be honest. Guess I have to go for this. At the very least, this opens up an avenue of attack for the rook. So it's not all terrible. My position, at least from a practical point of view, is still quite promising, I think. So, maybe it's actually very good for me. Bishop f6, ef6. Is he in time to protect everything there? I'm not actually sure about that. And he's kind of forced to spend oceans of time here. Okay, h5 is very logical. And I guess I'm going here. Continuing my attack. I might want, well, that is not legal. I might want takes and queen g5 next. Or I might want rook h5 as well. Rook h5 seemed to be an immediate threat, by the way. So, rook h5, and then bishop g7. I think he has to give up the queen. Which means that with queen f1 or something like that to avoid mate, so that means that I'm at least much better. I think I should do that. There's also maybe queen c2 at the later point, but at least now I pick up 2 pawns. So I am obviously in the driver's seat here. I think c4 feels reasonable, taking away this square. King e2. He's running with the king, but I'm running with the pawn. And it seems that he doesn't have a ton of counterplay. No, that doesn't work. Now I gotta check, and he has to go here. And I pick up 2 more pawns, and that should be the end of the game. He actually resigns, which is a little bit premature, but it's not out of this world. So let me see. The engine says b6. Obviously, queen d2 is crazy. I should not allow bishop a6. Let's see what it says. Ah, he should have gone. Let's see what it says. h5, rook h3, d3, cd3 holds. Oh, b3 was even better. Never mind. Okay, but this wins as well. Fair enough. That was honestly just that was honestly just premature. No, not slightly premature resignation, but what I was going to say, that was just really poor opening play by my opponent. It's already here, a4, bishop b5. Yeah, this is quite terrible. The dark squares are just too weak. Okay, let's look at some other games. First of all, we got a few decent players. We got Vincent, right off his candidate's disappointment, and Movahed, who beat me in Freestyle Friday last week. We got Sarana with a terrible Grand Swiss, and then Duda and Penguin and Rostovsky as well. Let's see how Parmov is doing. Oh, he's struggling. B and W mean in the leaderboard it's whether you play it or with white or black. Oh, he's giving up h3. But why? I think that could have been taken. Maybe not. King f4, maybe? King f3? Oh, now king f3. He'll give up h3 though. But h4, h5 should be winning. These pawns are kind of useless. Now you have to give a check again. And then h4. Now you can... Still not easy. a5. g6, e6, king f6. Yeah, this should probably win. I'm not quite sure. King f5. There's h6. Yeah. That was not ideal for Parham, I think. I guess it's still a draw. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, it's a draw. Let's see if you can flag. Why is he not taking the pawn? I think if he takes the pawn, that's a draw on chess.com. Oh, I love this. This is just pure degeneracy with the flagging. Oh! Draw by the repetition with 3 tenths of a second to go. I think Parmov won with 2/10 of a second to go in the last game, so he's really cutting it close in a few of these. Okay, we got a ton of players at 4 out of 4 as usual, including yours truly, who will take a little bit of a break and hopefully be back for the start of the next game. But, you know, knowing myself, I wouldn't take it for granted.
Ja, for lufta her er jo helt grusom, da. Ja, døra må stå åpen. Ja. Jeg ser det, den går til verst.
Okay, boys and girls, I am back very early. Ha! Let that be a comment on the quality of the people working here that, you know, I don't have. You know, it's not interesting enough to talk that I'm getting back. We've opened the door. The air quality was getting kind of poor. I was feeling my energy fade a little bit, but now it should be okay. Yeah, it's too early. Too early indeed. Can I reach 3K one day? You think it's possible? Well, then you and I disagree, sadly. We should be starting out fairly soon. How often do I stream till Tuesday? Well, with the new format, I am planning to stream most weeks, to be honest. I mean, I can't always make it, but I hope to do it quite often. How am I so handsome? I'm not going to take the bait, but I just did, and I have good days and bad days. Okay. Renato, Terry. Another frequent opponent in these tournaments. I'm curious as to whether he goes d5 if I go 1c5. Let's see. Well, I guess he does. Am I happy to see that? No, not thrilled. It is playable though. Here I think you can go e6. Does he actually know this line? Because I don't. I'm surprised he's playing that fast. Guess we go here. Rook e8. a4. And I have to do something in order to combat his play on this side. I don't love a5, but that is my current idea. Otherwise I can go here, bring the knight back to c8. That looks a little bit shitty. Okay. I hate giving up this square, but I'm also keeping some pressure on his position. So, don't love my position, but I don't necessarily hate it either. Knight b5 seems logical, and then I might go knight e4. I don't think I particularly mind trading these bishops as long as I got some sort of counterplay in the center. Queen d3 seems logical. I think if I get knight e4, I'm quite happy. The knight on e3 is not a great piece. It can be very useful, but it's also hindering his development a little bit. So yeah, queen d3 in order to prevent knight e4. Seems like the critical move. Okay, rook c8. Now I want c4. The play is very concrete. Okay, bishop d7. Does he want queen b5? I guess. First of all, I got queen c7, which seems very playable. There's bishop d2, and I cannot go knight e4 because bishop a5 is coming. It's a bit annoying. Maybe I'm not in time there. Not sure what to do. Okay, I'll keep the queens on. Assume bishop d2. Queen a5, knight d5 should be fine for me. No, this also should be fine for me. Oh no, I blundered into bishop d2. He didn't see it, fortunately. That could have been quite bad. f5. Let's go h5. Yeah, bishop d2 there. I would have lost the pawn and probably been quite a bit worse. Here, at least, I can take the pawn back. Is he threatening c4? Maybe I'll go here. Like, I'm not feeling great about my play in this game. Like, it's just a bit iffy. And he's playing well, but he's also missed a couple of opportunities. So, like, at the moment, more than anything else, I feel like I'm getting away with, like, I think I should trade just not to let his knight come here. It seems like a reasonable practical decision. Rook e8, at least I got fairly easy moves coming up. Okay, I don't love giving up that bishop for a knight, but I don't see how he can particularly exploit my dark squares on the king side, at least not in the short term. Yeah, he wants to trade, which is very logical. Let's go here. He can go c4 at some point, but then his queen is somewhat out of play. Maybe c4 is good. It just looks a bit iffy. Okay, I don't see how I can remotely refute it. Okay. I think I'm quite happy that he did that. c4 is still a definite option. I think I gotta just protect it. Yeah, but now I'm allowing this for tempo. Yeah, I don't love my play in this game at all. At least he's getting short on time now. If I go here, then bring the knight in. Bishop d2 maybe. It's quite solid. Oh. Is this fine? I guess it is. But I can just go back. For the moment, his queen is a little bit stuck. Okay, let's activate the king. I'm not worried about him necessarily trading. For now, my main objective is keeping his queen somewhat out of the game. Okay, wow. I did not expect that. Yeah, let's go to f5. Yeah, I think now we gotta activate the queen. Queen d7, I'll go back. Yeah, this didn't really do anything. Problem is, if I start running a5, f5, a6, g4, we're actually queen simultaneously there. It's interesting. How else am I going to play for the win? Okay, let's give a couple of checks. Oh, now he's not allowing that. He's not allowing my queen to... Okay, let's go king e5 then. Now I give a bunch more checks. Right, take a pawn. Should be able to flag him. At least I hope so. Check. Yeah. Should be a relatively straightforward flag now. And I might even win in position. Okay. Yeah. He was just a little bit too weak and too slow. Tough game. Really tough game. Yeah. It's just equal still, isn't it? Haha, Queen d8. I didn't... Yeah. Didn't love that move for him, but... Here, of course, yeah. I am just... mainly trying to flag him, but I'm also not. Like, I'm not taking crazy risks. I feel like I'm never losing there with the amount of time that he has. Okay, we're 1 out of 4 players with 5 out of 5. And playing the old Penguin next. So, everything's looking good. What should we go for? He's always played the Queen's Gambit, hasn't he? What does he do here? I feel like I've had this against him before. Is this where people go h4? And then takes, they go... Like, why am I playing this if I don't know it? That's the question. Okay, let's go here. I think here I can get good compensation. Guess I gotta go Queen a3. Yeah, I don't know why I played this line. But it doesn't seem terrible. Bishop d6, I guess. Knight f5. Bishop f4. And then g4. Or should I go knight a4 first? Still getting queen e7. Probably boils down to roughly the same thing, doesn't it? Okay, let's just go here. I am a pawn down, but I do have the bishop pair, and I think at least reasonable practical compensation. Here, I'm not forcing anything for now. I think I'm not unhappy to. I notice in certain lines, like the engines aren't as happy to get this pawn structures as some humans are, but it seems reasonable to me. Maybe I'm just allowing some b5 and then after take 6, b5 and knight b6. Maybe I'm just showing a shocking lack of understanding. Castling, I kind of do not mind seeing. I could maybe just as well have brought the other rook, but this is fine, I believe. It does feel like I'm somewhat worse, though. So there's a possible line here, like knight b6, queen b4. It was essentially leading to a draw, which I didn't like particularly mind at this point. This I'm not convinced about. In certain lines I can flirt with trying to attack his king here, can't I? Maybe not. Yeah, he just goes f6. Yeah. It's weird how long we've had this standoff with the queens. Neither player wanting to give the opposition a double pawn, but that's just how it is. I think I should trade off the rooks. I am definitely fighting for a draw here, though. That should be okay. Can also go e4 now. That seems wrong. b4, rook b7. It's fine. I'm expecting takes and then maybe knight b2. Trying to liquidate a bit. Rook a3, and we'll see. He's spending a lot of time, though. So happy to see that. Bishop is still quite strong. Which is kind of my saving grace here. Okay, so he wants to bring the bishop around. Let's go here. Rook e6. Okay, he didn't want that after all. Check. This bishop is somewhat out of play. Yeah, that's kind of still should hold, but I'm getting some chances now. I should not have allowed that. I had better moves there for sure. I think he should have Rook on a7. Rook here. Ah, this doesn't work. I still am not giving up on my dream here. Trying to make it as unpleasant as possible for him. No, now it's really unpleasant. Maybe even winning? No. He had this. Damn it. Now I allowed. Okay. Oh, no, you can just take the pawn. He didn't see that though. King b8. This is very close now. How short is he on time? Yeah, now I'm winning a position, and that's checkmate. Okay. 104 moves. That's all it took to bring down the penguin. Good flag. It means that we keep a perfect score, and I'll be up against Duda in the next game, which is sure to be very exciting. Got a bunch of people with 5.5 out of 6, so it's not like there's a big lead here by any stretch. So cutie patootie doing cutie patootie things. Exactly. Flagging the flaggist penguin. Indeed. Okay. We're up against the dude. Let's play the French against him. I feel like I've done that before, but I cannot remember when or how. So on. I mean, he did have this in the World Championship, so that's not as a player, but as a second. So I shouldn't be shocked if he has ideas of what to do here. So I guess the idea is something other than Queen. Does he want Bishop f2 here? Let's see. That position doesn't seem that bad to me. Oh, that's his diabolical idea. Maybe that refutes all of my play. In one stroke of genius. Guess I have to go here. It looks yucky. And b4 maybe? Or a5? Then b4. I'm really hoping I don't get mated by f5 here soon. If I don't, then I'm probably fine. Should I go g6? Just discourage f5 for the moment. Yeah, these positions I just find very hard to judge, to be honest. I feel like after bishop a6, f5, something bad was going to happen. I'm not sure. Not sure, though. But now it seems that bishop a6 is on the cards. Guess I'll continue with my plan. f5, I'll take it. Can go to h6 with the queen, but I don't see... This is also hanging. I don't see what's very bad there. Is this and b4 an option? I guess I'll go b4. So it's not... I'm not like going for anything super ambitious here, but now it seems to me that I have to be fine. Oh, knight b5, maybe I'm allowed. No, knight b5 was not possible. Okay. I gotta get my shit together. I'm not thinking clearly. Should I trade off the bishop again? No, I don't think so. Like, the knight might be coming to b5, but I'm not super worried about it. I feel like I'm slightly better here. Unless something is happening to my king side, which doesn't seem likely at the moment, then he has more weaknesses than I do. And he has some good pieces as well, but I feel like I should have the upper hand. Okay. Let's trade. And then go knight c5. Here, I'll go knight e4. Or maybe trade first, and then knight e4. So he still wants this, huh? Queen b6 later on, but then I take and rook c3. Knight c8 doesn't work. No? I mean, I'm definitely in the driver's seat here. Queen d3 next. Looks very good. Yeah, I really like my position. I think we do not mind this trade at all. No, I was considering whether I could sack the queen, but I think that's too much. Or the sack. I'm not finding this to be as clear as I might have hoped. So there's d5 there later on. Oh, he took with the rook. That was unexpected. Why did he do that? I don't really get that. Check, check. Oh, I'm getting short of time. H4 maybe? H3. Okay, I should make sure I don't lose on time. I did not realize I was this short of time. Ugh, faster. Okay. Should be winning this. Damn it. It's not that easy. Okay, I got rook g3. Still he has rook c4 maybe? Oh, he's really defending so well. Okay, we're back to flagging territory. I think I can try for a bit still. Oh, that's a repetition. Okay, good defense. I was just a little bit too slow, to be honest. Wonder how I was doing on time. So here... Yeah, I mean, this minute on taking the queen, that's just unacceptable. Yeah, that's not good enough. And here I got rattled because I couldn't find a plan. I could just take and... it's not super obvious, though. I was thinking he gets here with a rook, but I'm just advancing here and can even just push. Goes here, rook b4, and then king f5. Yeah, the waste of time on the queen trade was that was just poor. Oh, apparently Sina Movahed was on 6.5. Was in 6 out of 6 as well. Okay, I got another game with black, which is a little unfortunate, against Tsydypov. We're now switching to the Sicilian. Had this a few times as well. So knight b3 is usually not that critical. Should I take the chance to go b4 while I can? Oh, okay. I guess I'll do it. Knight a4, I go d6. Here I'll take and then get the bishop, and I should be doing fine. Here I think I would go a5 next. No, I should. He gets knight a5. Yeah, I'm not feeling it right now. Not quite feeling it the last couple of games. I guess I'm still fine. Knight a5, I go rook b8. No, I don't, because there's bishop a7. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Should I offer a repetition, maybe? Rook. This was dumb. Kind of want to trade. Yeah, I don't love this. But at least I'm activating my pieces somewhat. Yeah, queen b5, bring the rook into the game. This bishop is my pride and joy. Here I think I can take. We go queen e8. Yeah. Knight g6. Knight c4. I go queen b5. I guess I'll refuse the repetition for now. Like, if he's offering it now, he'll probably be okay with it later on as well. It's kind of my logic. This game is very cagey at the moment. Okay, that is a terrible move that he just made. Also, I think I had this, and then bishop g5, which would have won a pawn in the game. Bishop c5, I guess. Yeah, I don't really understand what he's doing here. Rook d4, there's knight f2. No, we're just advance my pawn. Here, I think I just take. Bishop a3. King c3, there's rook b8. Should be more or less home free. Bishop c5, there's b2, king c2, and then rook c8. And I just don't think you can stop this idea. Maybe it's not that easy, actually. Okay. Rook c8. I don't actually have anything there. I'm not even sure this is winning, though. Okay, no, the pawn endgame is winning for sure. But he can still fight by not letting me getting that pawn endgame. h4, I got bishop d2. And this. Bishop f2, I got bishop c3. So now this is definitely winning. Yeah. He can spend all the time in the world he wants, but with 1 minute on the clock, this is an easy conversion now, and he actually just resigns. Yeah, so I was worse, but not like tremendously worse. h6, and yeah, exactly. I just. But no, yeah, 94 is crazy. Bishop a3, so this is correct. Bishop c1, yeah, king h7, this still wins, but barely. h5 is a nice way to win. He goes here, for instance. I think I can just go h4. Yeah. Go king g5. Start gobbling. But let's see what the engine says in the oh, knight b4 was possible. Oh, I should go a5. This is already a mistake. Yeah, I was talking about offering in a repetition like this, but obviously you don't really do that in this format. It looks like Duda and Movahed made a draw, which means that I'll probably play Movahed in the next round, or somebody else on 7 out of 8. But we're in the clear lead, so everything's looking good. I just wanted to see. Have I played? I got 2 black games in a row, right? Yeah, I got 2 black games, and there was no double white there. Okay. Well, we are going to be back very soon. Oh well, the games have not started, to my slight surprise. The score is great, my play is alright, but I can feel my energy kind of dwindling a little bit. So, it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. Hikaru's having a nightmare, wow. At least I'm getting white in the next game, and I think it will probably be against Sina. Movahed. So, let's see. Yeah, some Champions League happening tonight. That's going to be fun. Madrid against Marseille. Obviously, Arsenal kicking it off with Athletic Club. But as a Norwegian, of course, I'm excited about the boys from the north. Magnus, stop drinking Coke, it's bad for the baby. Well, I don't know. This is a weird act of defiance. Okay, let's see. Does he play the King's Indian? I guess he does. What do I do against the King's Indian? I guess I play the main line. I don't really remember these lines very well, so bear with me. But you weren't supposed to go knight f4 there. Is that possible? Am I running into some kind of g5 stuff there? I don't know. Then I can give up a piece? No. Doesn't look convincing at all. Well, maybe I'll just continue building up my position then. For the moment, the knight is not doing a ton on f4. Yeah, it's very logical. g3 is met by fe and then knight h3. That I'm not sure that I love. Let's go rook a3. It's very interesting. Thinking of this. Let's see. Normally, you don't love opening up the king side, but I do feel like my rook is ready to swing over, and I'm generally better developed. So I feel like there are some factors that speak heavily in my favor here. You know, hopefully counterbalancing the conventional wisdom that black should attack on the king side in the in the king's Indian, and white should predominantly play on the queen side. Maybe e3 is clever. Maybe go fe and then ef4. Ooh. Now this I don't like for him at all. Okay, so his idea is here, knight h4. That looks very suspicious to me. Okay. Doesn't this exchange sack look pretty amazing for me? Here, and I get my bishop in. Here and there. My king h1, rook g1. I don't know. I don't see it for Monsieur Movahed. Maybe rook f6. At the very least, I got bishop e6. King f8. Right. King h1. I think he probably has to take, but I don't see it. I go king h1 next, and I think I'm winning. King h1. There's no. Yeah, there's no rook h6 because of queen f7 mate. Does he have rook g6 maybe? Which I missed. Yeah, he does. I can still keep some control of the game though. And now, does this work? How does this work? Really, how does this work? Queen g6 and I have nothing. No, I'm actually mating. Queen h5. Don't think he has a perpetual there. Maybe he does. I mean, he has to take the knight. There's no other choice to keep the game even remotely interesting. Queen h1, I think, is the only chance. I think I'm escaping. I'm not at all sure. Where is he? King. See, king e1, queen e4, bishop e3, go to e2. I think I'm escaping there. Yeah, I think I'm getting away. This is an unbelievable game. Here, C2. And I think I'm getting away. Okay, King G1, no more checks. And the game is over. That might be the most interesting game I've ever played in Title Tuesday, to be honest. Probably not the best game, but that was fun. A4 is good. So here, okay, that's not obvious. And knight G5. Yeah, I was thinking about E3, but I thought it was better there. So GF, Queen H5, the Rook H3 is winning. 6 is correct. Rook G6, Queen H7. I didn't see this square. Okay. As Knight G3. Yeah, I didn't really think I was much better here. That was a misevaluation. Oh, Queen C4 was a draw? Oh, bishops. Yeah, F3, King D2, Bishop H6 is not possible. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't care. Couple of weird moments there, but that was a fun game. As you can see, I played both players with 8 out of 9, so I guess I'm playing one of these guys, probably Grischuk next. Not an easy opponent by any stretch, but that was fun. Okay, I get white again. That is a nice surprise. I feel like I've had these lines so many times against Grischuk and Blitz games over the years. This is not a fantastic line, but I saw somebody play it in the Grand Swiss. Yeah, who is that? Who was it that played this? Like, Queen on E2 is not ideal, which is the reason some people don't love this move order for white, but it's not a disaster. Let's go Knight D2. Queen C7, I think I'll go Bishop D3, and I won't be too unhappy provoking. Provoking C4, but now I can safely play the bishop to D3 if that happens. Don't really know why he took, to be honest. Seemed unnecessary. Grischuk, as far as I could see, was about to grind down Mendonca in a nice game in the last round of the Grand Swiss. He was struggling for a long time there, but managed to pick up a couple of decent wins at the end, I think, and at least get a plus score. I think his idea is to go E5 at some point. Maybe I should go on a4. I'm not sure. So knight b3, am I running into a5 then maybe? Knight f1, he certainly wants e5. I think I just gotta do that. e5, I go knight g3, and then we see what happens. This seems a bit slow to me. I was just preparing bishop e3 without running into knight g4. Also, it's a useful move in general. I don't know. c1. Queen goes away. I think I should not necessarily trade. It's a very strange KG type of position. Let's go here. Prepare f4. Also maybe knight g4 some lines. I don't know why I did that. I just like, was feeling a bit uncertain about f4. I don't like the way I'm playing right now at all. This position is just a bit cagey, and I cannot find the ideas. d2, queen b6. I don't really see. Should I go for? Nah, I should go for d5. I just really couldn't stand keeping the tension here. I was finding it very hard to find decent moves at all. So, good or bad, I'm forcing the issue. But it seems to be a good move. e5, knight f5 looks very dangerous for black. I think I should take. Pairing e5. Also bishop c4. This looks so tempting, but I don't really see anything like major there. We'll see. Should be good. Yeah, this is actually very good. Bishop g5. I got f4 later on. So this is major trouble for him. Yeah, got f4, and I don't see any ideas for him. Bishop d8. Knight h5. Here there's also knight h5. Yeah, I don't see it. Here, rook c1, king h2. This is a queen g3 immediately. probably the cleanest of all. Yeah, he's just getting mated here. Okay, boys and girls, we're moving towards 9.5 out of 10. Oh, rook f3. Doesn't work though. I might as well prevent it. Yeah, that was game over. Yeah, very cagey game. Yes, the engine says I'm slightly better, but it's not anything special. So this was not a bad plan actually. I am reducing the amount of defenders of his king a little bit. Yeah, d5 was a big moment. Here. Queen e2, this was not bad at all actually. e5. Oh, queen c6, I didn't see that at all. But now queen g4, this is just winning. This king side was just too weak. Okay. Duda won. And Penguin. So he beat Penguin. And that means that I'm playing... I can only be caught by Duda. Now. But it looks like he has a good tiebreak, so I probably need to win the last round to be completely sure. If Duda loses, then I win the tournament regardless, because nobody else... Oh! What am I saying? Dr. Tiger could get to... Huh, this is going to be a fun scramble. Only a few seconds for Vincent. e3, queen d4. Oh, rook e7 first, queen g7, takes, e3. Vincent should be able to flag his opponent here. Yeah, king h3. Knights are tricky though. Yeah, Vincent is decently fast here. b5, this is good trickery. Takes. Yeah. So this means that Duda is the only one who can theoretically catch me with a win. And I am assured of tournament victory if I win the game, and if I draw, then Duda has to win and be ahead on tiebreaks, which he is to a significant extent at the moment. So I don't think there's any way I can... There's a second... Actually, I can see the results on the second screen. That helps a bit. Bishop e3, what is that? Is the idea bishop d3 now? f4? No, he just wants the hedgehog. I'm good with hedgehog. Don't mind it at all. No, I don't. This is no good. Now I'm completely fine already. e5 next. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's his plan. Well, I take it back. This is not... It's not crazy what he's doing. Check, maybe? p6, c5 maybe. I don't think I particularly mind him not getting PC. I think time is important. Also, my pawn on b6 can potentially be attacked if he opens the b file. Maybe I missed bishop d2. Well, I did certainly missed it. Maybe it's significant. I don't know. I feel like I'm okay. Makes a lot of sense, of course. I don't think I'm too worried. Queen f3. I take it. And then queen f5 maybe? I don't know. Can also go h5, but I'm not super convinced about that. I don't think he should have allowed me the time to here to do this. A castle? Castles like a queen a5? This is a big threat. No, I don't believe in this. I think he's messed up. I think this is a house of cards that's really bound to collapse. Like, he doesn't even have any defense. Rook d2, there are many wins. But I think, yeah, the simplest is just rook d3 and then bishop e4. That should be more or less game over on the spot. Bishop e4. What am I missing here? This is just a complete and utter disaster for him. Knight e4 was also completely winning. But here, I mean, queen e2, queen c3, queen d6, queen c3. It's all just falling apart. This is a little bit like the World Blitz Championship in 2018. When I played Duda in the 7th round, I think, and I beat him. So after that, I had 5.5 out of 7. He had 4.5 out of 7. So there were 21 rounds in total, and he ended up scoring, I think, 12 out of his last 14. This is an amazing score. And I scored 11.5. So he ended up on 16.5 out of 21, which he almost always win with, but I had 17 out of 21. So I think he was 2 points ahead of third place, but he didn't make it. So it could be that he will indeed make 10 out of 11 today, including drawing against me, but it's not going to be enough. Anyway, we get our second Title Tuesday win in a row. Let me just check this. Yeah. Apparently the engine really wants me to take on c3 at any moment, which I didn't really appreciate. Here, yeah, queen a5. It's just game over. Yeah, it's just a complete crush. Like, there's no way to even really keep the game going. Like, the engine just wants to give up the pawn, but that's very, very sad. Let's see how Duda is doing. So he is completely winning against Andrei. Yeah, knight c4. It's going to be game over. What happened in... Oh, so it's this system, yeah. Then just was nothing. Bishop d6, amongst other things. It's just winning. Well, at least there's potential for a queen ending up at g4. A Draken is quite tricky, so if you don't kind of put him away, he might bite. Thank you for all the congrats. It feels good. You might beat me sober, Magnus, but not drunk. I'm a different beast when drunk. Clearly you don't know the history of this channel at all, do you? How's Jan Sebastian done? The other streamer from this office. He's got 6.5. Yeah. It looks like he's lost to some really good players though. So don't think he's done too poorly. And yeah, rook g7. There's only stalemate left to play for. Yeah, exactly, queen d4. Okay, that's game over. So Duda ends up with 10 out of 11 and is honestly desperately unlucky not to win the tournament, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Grischuk, Dr. Tiger, that's going to be a draw. Queen e4, perpetual. Let's see how the people fighting for third place are doing. Asios, who do we want to raid? Let's see. I am very open to suggestions, both from you and from our dear viewers. What about Vincent? How is he doing? He's struggling, but he could potentially get the flag. As long as he doesn't get mated. Don't trade. Yes. Be ruthless. Yeah, there we go. Get that candidate's frustration out of you, Vincent. And flag the shit out of men. Men is really good at this, but it cannot be enough. Yeah, there he lost half a second. Nope, there's no fork. Okay. So that game is over. And let's just see. So Penguin, 9 out of 11. Vincent, Sarana as well. Duda with 10 out of 11. We should not have a lot of games left. Okay, there you go. 10.5 out of 11. Ella, when are you home? Quite soon. I will be as quick as possible. I just gotta talk to our dear viewers in the Take office. We are... Yeah. Okay, so Asios is probably rating Take. And I am signing off for today. Good tournament, I think. a very deserved victory in the tournament. Some shaky games, but overall good quality, good vibes. Not good music, but good times. Bye.